Welcome to Greedy Bitch, a podcast where we teach you to go from being burnt out, broke, and broken to healthy, wealthy, and happy, building a grooming business on your terms. Here's your host, River Lee.
Classic ones and zeros, baby. I'm obsessed with you. Give it to me, baby. Everything I need.
They call it greedy. We call it boundaries. This is Greedy Bitch, where groomers stop settling, stop explaining, and start living life on their terms. I'm your host, River Lee, and listen, if your hands hurt, your phone won't stop buzzing, and your clients are already asking to be squeezed in before the holidays, friend, listen, I feel you. We are about to be in the thick of it. It's the season of over-caffeinated chaos. Fur is literally everywhere. You've got bows in places where bows were never meant to be. And somehow, even with all this holiday cheer, you're starting to feel tapped out. Because here's the thing no one tells you about gratitude season. It can make you forget your own limits. You start thinking, I should be thankful. I should say yes. I should just push through. But that's not gratitude. That's martyrdom dressed like a turkey. True gratitude doesn't mean saying yes to everything. It means respecting yourself enough to say no when you need to. So today, we're going to talk about something most groomers struggle with, especially this time of year, and that's boundaries. Because listen to me, my friend, boundaries are not mean. Boundaries are not selfish. Boundaries are how to say, I'm grateful for what I have and I want to protect it. So grab that cold cup of coffee from this morning, take a deep breath, and let's talk about how no can actually be the kindest form of thank you. Let's be real. Groomers have a hard time saying no. Some of us spend hours dematting a dog, so we don't have to send them home as a shaved, naked sacrificial lamb for the holidays. Then, someone squeezes in that once-a-year husky or that doodle, who canceled the last 2 months' appointments, and then surprise, they have to get in now because it's officially an emergency. It seems like the holidays mean handling cranky clients. God forbid you tell someone they can't squeeze them in, that you'll have to shave their dog like a naked mole rat. Suddenly you're hiding in the back room so you don't have to make eye contact with the customer we know is going to be pissed. Or you're going to turn the ringer off your phone so you don't have to avoid the call from you know who. Why? Because you're scared. Why? Because we're scared. Scared of losing clients, scared they'll badmouth us online, scared they'll think that we don't care about their pets that we're literally sacrificing so deeply for. And then there's this guilt. Oh, they've been coming here forever. Oh, their dog's so sweet, I'll just squeeze them in, right? Or pretend like they're just small, so I'll squeeze them in. Oh, it's just one little Shih Tzu. What's the harm? Well, ultimately, the harm is your sanity. Even just one more chips away at your patience, your body, your joy. And let's not forget about that soft yes. You know the one. Let me see what I can do. If someone cancels, I'll call you. Or my personal favorite, I'll just try to fit you in somewhere. No, you won't. You are already booked up to your eyeballs. You're lying to yourself out of guilt. Here's what happens. You say yes out of kindness, but then you're angry the whole time you're grooming that dog. You try to smile when they come to pick up, but you know that they don't actually appreciate how much you did for them. You're rushing, your back hurts, you're starving, and you're muttering under your breath something like, I swear next year I'm not going to do this again. But you will, unless you start recognizing that saying yes to everyone means saying no to yourself. You think you're being grateful, but what you're really doing is giving your peace away in tiny little pieces, one soft yes at a time. Oh boy. And listen, if you've ever found yourself crying in your car between grooms, eating gas station snacks for lunch, and wondering why you're so tired, it's not because you're weak. It's because you've been saying yes when your soul and body has been begging you to say no. All right, let's shake it out and let's reframe this whole thing. What if saying no was actually the most loving thing that you can do? I know. Hang on. Think about it this way. When you say no to an overbooked day, you're saying yes to the dogs already on your table. When you're saying yes to doing your best work. When you say no to the last minute chaos, you're saying yes to your health, your family, your peace. That's not rejection, that's respect. Boundaries are love with structure. You know how we have grooming loops to keep dogs safely on grooming tables or in tubs? Boundaries are the emotional version of that. They keep your career from falling off the table. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I had a client, sweet lady, older, but a terrible planner. Every Thanksgiving and Christmas, she'd call me in a panic. Oh, River, I forgot to book. Can you squeeze in Bailey just this once? And I'll be honest, every single year, I'd cave. Now, I would stay up late, I'd skip dinner, and I'd tell myself, it's fine, it's the holidays, right? I don't need to spend the holidays with my family. Well, one year, I was so behind that I actually forgot to eat for 12 hours. I was shaky, I was dehydrated, and I was trying not to shave down the ancient skin-tagged riddled Bichon because surely this is the last time. And while I was convincing myself that I was being kind, spoiler alert, I wasn't. I was exhausted, I was cranky, and if I'm honest, Bailey, who is the most important person in this equation, could feel it. So the following year, I said no, kindly, firmly. I said, nope, I'm not going to accept grooming clients in November or December if we have not received a full groom in September or October. So let's pre-book next time so this doesn't happen again. She huffed, she whined, and you know what happened? She booked ahead because clients adjust to boundaries that we teach them. And then it hit me. Every time you say yes to something that hurts you, you're teaching your clients that your time and your energy doesn't matter. But every time you say no with confidence, you teach them that they're working with a professional and not a pushover. Boundaries don't scare away the right clients, they filter out the wrong ones. Let's talk about how to actually do this because it's nice to talk about this pie in the sky stuff. Because it's one thing to nod along, and it's another thing to hit send on the text message that says, I can't fit you in. So this is where I want you guys to start. So step one, decide your limits before the chaos hits. Know the last booking date before the holiday. Are you working the morning of Thanksgiving? Are you closed Christmas Eve morning? Then decide limitations like no full grooms the week of Thanksgiving or Christmas. You can just do baths that week, or you could just do bath and tidies, whatever you prefer. But it's okay to set that limit. And maybe you set limits on how many dogs per day you'll groom and see what feels healthy. Write it down because when you're tired, when you feel pressure, your boundaries start to get fuzzy. Step two, communicate clearly. You can be kind and firm. Try something like, hey, I'm fully booked for the holidays, but I'd love to add you to the cancellation list or get you on the schedule for January. That's not rude, that's clear boundaries. Step three, use your tools. Post booking reminders on social media. Use automated messages. And if writing those text messages stresses you out, don't worry, I've got you covered. I've created the free holiday boundary script with word for word responses for every can you squeeze me in and but I forgot to book message you'll get this season. You can grab it right now at savvygroomer.com/holiday boundaries. Step 4, enforce your boundaries. Once you set them, stick to them. Because if you don't respect your own limits, no one will. You teach people how to treat you, and that includes your clients. Before we wrap this up, I want you to remember this. Boundaries are not barriers, they're bridges. They connect you to the life that you actually want to live. When you say no from a place of love, you're saying, I want to keep doing this career I adore without losing myself in it. That's not selfish, that's sacred. So this week, I want you to pick one small boundary to hold. Maybe it's not texting after hours. Maybe it's saying no to a same-day request. Maybe it's taking a lunch break, a real one with food that didn't come from a gas station or Dunkin' Donuts. Whatever it is, do it for you. Because gratitude without boundaries is just burnout in a cute outfit. So we deserve peace, we deserve rest, and you deserve to be respected by your clients and, more importantly, by yourself. All right, guys, that's it for this week's episode of Greedy Bitch. If that hit home, share with your fellow groomer who needs permission to say no without guilt. And don't forget to grab your free holiday boundary script at savvygroomer.com/holiday-boundaries. Until next time, stay grateful, stay gritty, and as always, stay greedy, bitch.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at The Savvy Groomer and online at savvygroomer.com. Subscribe to be notified for our new episodes. Until next time, happy grooming.